Well, we say thank you and goodbye to Tom Morgan, and hello and welcome to Neil Chagani, who will be joining me now for the next few races. Off the start here in the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. Northwich Rowing Club on the left-hand side of your picture, Walton Rowing Club on the right. Welcome, Neil. Are you excited for your first stint on the commentary?
Absolutely. Excited for the first day of Henley for the first time in 765 days as well.
You've been checking them off the calendar then, in that case.
I have indeed. It's been a long wait.
Well, and it's been a long wait for these crews as well. These junior women in the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, such a big event here at the Regatta since its introduction 9 years ago now, 2012. And Walton Rowing Club here on the near-hand side of your picture in the opening stages. And we're joining these crews at around about halfway.
Yes, and as you say, the Diamond Jubilee was introduced back in 2012. It's been going for 9 years. Happy to say that for the first time this year, actually there are 24 crews in the Diamond Jubilee, the same number as in the Forley. So this event has really grown and grown. We've seen the benefit to the standard of junior women's and women's sculling. And so this has been a great success, this event.
Yeah, and actually, you know, talking about the Diamond Jubilee, you say it's risen up to this level of having so many entries, and now we've got the new junior women's eights categories, the sweep option. I think it's a case of build it and they will come, Neil, right?
Absolutely. Despite the fact that the regatta this year is 6-7 weeks later than normally it would be, a lot of schools programmes and club programmes have managed to continue. And so we had a good entry in the junior women's 8. At 13 entries, we were able to accommodate them all.
So you're looking there at Walton Rowing Club, part of a crew that scull on the sort of upper parts of the Thames. This crew, silver medalists from the Coxless Fours at the National Schools Regatta. So they've actually gone from sweeping to sculling here, Neil. What changes do you think this crew's going to have made since the National Schools in May to transfer into a boat like the Quad?
Well, I'm sure that they will have been sculling through the season because this is likely to have been their aim throughout. And so the transition is one that they've probably been well used to in training. Certainly seem to have this race reasonably well under control. They're rating 30 and looking quite comfortable, albeit a little bit further over from the buck station than they want to be at this particular point, but looking quite comfortable at this point.
Yeah, very comfortable indeed. I think rating 30 in a quad shows a lot of length, a lot of control, a lot of maturity with racing, and all of these scullers in this event, including the crew on the right-hand side of your picture from Northwich Rowing Club, are new to the regatta, and that again is a big deal in itself. A lot of these crews haven't had much racing full stop, but to be racing at an event like the Royal in your first sort of season of racing, this must be quite daunting for these junior athletes.
Absolutely, there's a lot to adjust to. It can be psychologically quite imposing racing between the booms. You've got a physical barrier to the course, which has to be negotiated. The stream and the wind all have different effect at different points on the course. And so, yes, daunting, although I like to think that all of these crews racing are excited to be here, because there was a point earlier in the year when we didn't think the regatta would actually be happening. So excited, I hope, more than daunted.
Absolutely, and a little bit more on the steering adjustment there. We can see it's Drew in the bow seat for Walton, making the adjustments. She's got the steering foot in that crew and is guiding that bow down the course towards us here in the commentary box, actually just past the finish. We've been feeling the wind actually picking up somewhat, swirling a little bit, and again, like you've just said, Neil, that poses a lot of challenges in these Coxless boats.
It does, it does. There is a little bit of a headwind now. They're still rating 31, so they want to be squeezing into the finish just to give that boat a little bit more propulsion at the finish into the headwind. You can see there's just been a steering adjustment again from Walton there. They're heading towards the Buckinghamshire booms. I'm sure they'll straighten up here, as indeed they are. But I think that degree of variation in steering is just illustrating what a challenge it is actually in these Coxless boats when you've got a little bit of wind. There's been a little bit of rain earlier in the week, so there is some stream flowing. But in boat speed terms, they're handling it very well relative to the opposition.
And they've just pick the rating up ever so slightly, Walton, who are still leading. They're front and centre of your picture, this crew from Walton Rowing Club. Drew, Beard, Moreland and Boddington, and you can hear the applause as they come through the enclosures. They've got about 20 strokes left to row. They've upped the rating to 32 strokes a minute just to get themselves over the line in a more sprightly fashion. A little bit of a look there, around there from Drew in the bow seat just to see whereabouts the line is. They've really dominated this race from start to finish.
They have. They're looking strong now, actually, as they approach the finish. Northwich have given it a good go, but been outclassed by this Region crew.
Good result there for Walton Rowing Club, the victors in this Wednesday heat of the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. And on your picture now, that is Northwich Rowing Club's Middlebrook, Asterades, Speakman and Hardesty. And there is your result, a comfortable win for Walton Rowing Club.